Hey, what's up, sports bettors? It's Matt Modi here with OddsJam. What I'm going to be doing in this video is giving you a betting preview for the second Monday night football game between the Eagles and the Vikings. So pretty cool. Using OddsJam, you can get line shopping for completely free and see what every single book is pricing all of the odds for all of the markets, pretty much. All of the stuff for all of the stuff is the best way I can describe it. It's completely free. So for those of you at home that want to go check this out, just go to oddsjam.com, hover over sports, click NFL. And as you can see, here are all the games. And then if you just click Eagles versus Vikings in a new tab, which is exactly what I have up, here we go. So if you can't tell by my hat or the shirt I'm wearing or the poster in the background, the flag, I am an Eagles fan. So I will try to keep this as objective as possible. What I will say is Philadelphia fans tend to be a little bit more negative. So if anything, I might even go against the Eagles more so than I should because I'm a fan. But regardless, I will try to keep the analysis as objective as possible. So for this game, the Vikings are coming off of a week one pretty impressive victory over Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Now, we don't know how much we can put into that, how much stock we can put into that moving forward, because the Packers seemingly never show up in week one. I've said it a million times, but just remember what they did last year. They lost 38-3 against the Saints. Then they came back and became the 1 seed. But regardless, the Vikings looked really, really good. The Eagles are also 1-0, but did not look as impressive. They are coming off of a victory against the Detroit Lions, where they were up big. They are up 38-21. At one point, they allowed 14 straight points, 2 straight touchdowns. Almost let the Lions come back and win that game, but they didn't. So the Eagles being favored here, -2 by most books, -1 by a couple. Best odds you can get on them money line are it's like on one of the onshore books. So this OddsJam line pulled from Pinnacle is what we use to actually price markets to kind of come across as the true line. Prices the Eagles at -121. The best odds you can get on their money line are on PointsBet at -125. The Vikings, there actually does look like there is some value on their money line, +120 on Circa Sports, +115 on Betfred. BetOnline is another sharp book that we use to kind of price odds, give us true line of odds, has them at +115. It's not as big of a value there, but compared to Pinnacle and most other books, +105, +110, almost universally across the board, some value, especially at +120 and a little bit at +115. Looks like the odds also favor the Vikings if you want to get them at +2. Looks like the OddsJam line has this pricing at Eagles -1. You can get the Vikings at +2. There is some value there. In terms of the total, looks like the total is hovering between 50.5, 51, 51.5. Looks like there isn't a ton of value here. The OddsJam line has this total at 51, but it's favoring the under. And if you want to take the under 51.5, you have to pay a little bit heavier juice at -115. So looking at this game, I actually like the Vikings here. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'll start with the Eagles side, the team who I am fading. First of all, their defense, I don't really need to go into detail on their defense. They allowed 35 points to Jared Goff and the Lions. They allowed 180 rushing yards. Now, 50 of them was on one long run, but that still means they gave up 130 rushing yards to the Lions, who I think were on a third-string guard. Their defense just got out-schemed. They didn't look good. And now they're going against a Vikings team that loves their new head coach that came over from the Rams as their offensive coordinator, who is seemingly doing smart things with Justin Jefferson. He's doing with Justin Jefferson what the Rams did with Cooper Kupp last year, lining him all around, all up and down, all around the formation, trying to find an advantageous matchup. That led to Justin Jefferson having 150 receiving yards in the first half, ending the game with 184 and 2 touchdowns. Just a monster. He's going to go off against the Eagles. I can assure you that. On the Eagles' offensive side, so they scored 31 points offensively. I mentioned offensively because 7 points they had on a pick 6. So their offense looked good. What concerns me about their offense is it was almost all of Jalen Hurts' legs. Now, A.J. Brown had a great game. No other receiver did anything. So you wonder moving forward, what's it going to be like if teams try to take away Jalen Hurts' first read, which is probably A.J. Brown? Is Devontae Smith going to step up, who didn't even have a catch in week 1? But the concerning part was how often Jalen Hurts bailed from a clean pocket. Now, the way the Lions played defense was very conducive to Jalen Hurts beating them with his legs. They blitzed a lot. They were very blitz heavy while also playing man coverage, which means that when Jalen Hurts rolled out, the defenders were too busy they're on man coverage. So they're keeping an eye on the receiver that they're guarding, not the quarterback, which left open a lot of rushing lanes for Jalen Hurts. The smart teams won't allow that to happen. The smart teams know that the way you play the Eagles, specifically their offense, is you dare Jalen Hurts to beat you with his arm. It's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did in the playoffs last year when the Eagles were shut out in the first 3 quarters. They were down 31-0 at the end of the third quarter. The Buccaneers just said, hey, you can throw on us all you want. We will not let you beat us with your legs. Obviously, Jalen Hurts has not shown the capability of doing that, of beating teams with his arm. So I think, based on what I've seen from the new coaching staff of the Vikings, I think that they're going to be one of those smart organizations that is going to say, hey, you know what, Jalen Hurts, you can throw on us all you want. We're not going to let you beat us with your legs. And we'll see if Jalen Hurts can adjust. He has not yet shown he can do that. Now, this is the best receiving core that he'll ever have, that he's ever had, I should say. A.J. Brown was incredible in week 1, 10 catches, 155 yards. We'll see Devontae Smith, like I said, didn't have a catch. Goddard had like 3 or 4 catches. So it was really only A.J. Brown in the passing game and not much else. So I hope Jalen Hurts proves me wrong. But my favorite bet in this game is the Vikings money line at plus 120. And it's also a positive expected value play. So using OddsJam, you can identify positive EV plays on your own, again, for completely free. What you need to do is you need to take the OddsJam line and just remove the VIG. The way you do that is very easy. Just go to calculators, no VIG fair odds calculator, and then you just type in both sides of the line here. So if you go to that, you type in minus 121 and plus 109. That puts the true line of the Vikings money line at about plus 114.5, essentially. And if you remember, we can get them at plus 120 on Circa. So for those of you that have access to Circa, I would recommend betting them at plus 120. Betting the Vikings money line. It's also plus EV on Betfred at plus 115 and on PlayUp at plus 115. So if you do have not access to Circa, but you do have access to those two, I would still recommend it at plus 115. It is a positive expected value play, as you can see, found using OddsJam. And I like it from handicapping perspective as well. From a spread perspective, obviously, I'm taking the Vikings plus 2. I do think that they're going to win, so obviously I think they're going to cover the spread. The total I got at 49 at minus 110. It's been bet up a little bit too much now, but if you open up and view the alternate lines, you can still find some value on the total. So instead of just showing the main lines, which is what you see here, you can see all of the alternate lines. And as you can see, there's a pretty good value on getting these over 50. So you're getting it a half point lower, or a full point lower, or a point and a half lower than what some books have it at if you take the over 50. Again, if you remove the VIG, minus 119 plus 104, so you type that in here, minus 119, and you type in plus 104, puts the true line of this over at about minus 111 if you round up, roughly a 52.5% chance of hitting. And you can get that over at minus 107 on Circa or at minus 110 on DraftKings. Those are both still positive expected value plays. I would recommend both of them. I think points are going to be scored. I think more points are going to be scored by the Vikings. So I like the Vikings money line and I like the over. And that's going to be it. That's going to be my Monday Night Football betting preview, best bets, predictions, all that stuff. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you are also in agreement that we should fade my Eagles on Monday night. We will see. Other than that, would appreciate it if you could just like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, all that good stuff. And that's it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.